Macaroni and cheese looks simple. Curved pasta, melted cheese, creamy, warm, comforting. It's a meal that feels soft, rich, and satisfying. But the moment you take your first bite, your body launches one of the most complex biological processes it performs every single day. This isn't just eating, it's chemistry, it's physics, it's electrical signaling, it's cellular engineering happening in real time. Let's go inside the human body and watch what really happens. Before the first bite, digestion actually begins before the food even touches your lips. When you see macaroni and cheese, your visual cortex activates. When you smell it, sensory receptors in your nose send signals to your brain's limbic system. Your brain anticipates calories, and immediately it prepares. Salivary glands begin secreting fluid. Your stomach starts producing acid. Your pancreas gets ready to release enzymes. All of this before the first bite. The mouth. Mechanical and chemical digestion. Now the fork reaches your mouth. Your teeth crush the pasta. The cheese stretches and compresses. Your jaw muscles generate force with remarkable precision. At the same time, saliva floods the area. Saliva contains amylase, an enzyme that begins breaking down starch from the pasta into smaller sugar molecules. The breakdown of carbohydrates begins within seconds. Meanwhile, your taste buds detect saltiness, fat, and savory umami flavors from the cheese. Signals travel through cranial nerves directly to your brain. Your reward system activates. Dopamine pathways light up. Your brain recognizes this as energy-rich food. Swallowing, a perfectly timed reflex. After chewing, your tongue forms the food into a soft mass called a bolus. You swallow. Instantly, a highly coordinated reflex takes control. The epiglottis closes over your airway. The bolus enters the esophagus. Now smooth muscle contractions, called peristalsis, push the food downward in rhythmic waves. You don't feel these waves. You don't control them, but they are precise and powerful. Within seconds, the food reaches your stomach. The stomach, acid, enzymes, and churning. The stomach is not just a storage pouch. It is a muscular acidic processing chamber. As macaroni and cheese enters, the stomach expands. Gastric glands release hydrochloric acid. This acid unfolds proteins from the cheese, a process called denaturation, making them easier to break apart. An enzyme called pepsin begins cutting long protein chains into smaller peptides. At the same time, 3 layers of stomach muscle contract in powerful motions. They churn, they grind. They mix the food with acid and digestive fluids. The creamy pasta mixture gradually transforms into a thick liquid called chyme. This stage can last 1 to 3 hours depending on portion size. Once properly processed, the pyloric sphincter releases small amounts of chyme into the small intestine. The main absorption hub. This is where digestion becomes extremely sophisticated. As chyme enters the duodenum, the pancreas releases powerful enzymes. Amylase continues breaking carbohydrates into glucose. Proteases finish breaking proteins into amino acids. Lipase breaks fats into fatty acids and monoglycerides. Meanwhile, the liver releases bile. Bile acts like a detergent, breaking large fat droplets into tiny particles in a process called emulsification. Now nutrients are small enough to be absorbed. The inner lining of the small intestine is covered with millions of tiny projections called villi. Each villus is lined with even smaller structures called microvilli. This creates a massive surface area, roughly the size of a tennis court. Glucose molecules pass into capillaries. Amino acids enter the bloodstream. Fats enter lymphatic vessels before eventually joining circulation near the heart. Within minutes, nutrients from your macaroni and cheese are traveling through your body. The liver, the metabolic control center. All absorbed nutrients first travel to the liver. The liver acts as a processing station. Some glucose is immediately released into circulation. Some is stored as glycogen for later use. Amino acids are distributed to tissues for repair and maintenance. The liver carefully regulates how much energy enters the bloodstream. It maintains balance, distribution, fueling every system. Now the circulatory system becomes a delivery network. Glucose travels to your brain. Your brain relies heavily on glucose for energy. Neurons begin using it almost immediately. Your heart receives nutrients to sustain its constant beating. Your skeletal muscles absorb glucose and amino acids to support movement and recovery. Inside every cell, mitochondria convert glucose into ATP, the molecule that powers nearly every biological process. Even calcium from the cheese contributes to bone strength and nerve signaling. Within an hour of eating, your entire body is responding. Hormonal balance and satiety. As your stomach stretches, receptors send signals through the vagus nerve to the brain. Hormones shift. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, decreases. Satiety hormones increase. You feel full. Your body transitions from seeking food to processing it. Potential effects of overconsumption. Macaroni and cheese is energy dense, high in refined carbohydrates, high in fats, often high in sodium. A rapid increase in blood glucose triggers insulin release. If the spike is is sharp, blood sugar may later drop quickly, leading to temporary fatigue. In people sensitive to lactose, incomplete digestion can cause bloating. Excess sodium may affect fluid balance, and when consumed frequently in large portions, excess calories may be stored as adipose tissue. The body adapts. But balance is essential. The bigger picture. From the first bite to cellular energy production, eating macaroni and cheese activates the nervous system, the digestive system, the endocrine system, the circulatory system, the muscular system, even microscopic organelles inside your cells. What feels like comfort food is actually a highly coordinated biological symphony. Every chew, every swallow, every enzyme, every molecule working together. The next time you enjoy macaroni and cheese, remember, inside you billions of cells are transforming that simple meal into energy, movement, thought, and life itself.